Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Um, I hope everyone's having a nice afternoon so far. Today, I've got Jan from New York City Saves Money. I'm about to pull her in just a second, and the as far as what we're going to talk about, it's going to be sort of a mixed bag. So we're just going to go with where it takes us, but I'm sure you guys will definitely love what we have to say. So I'm going to pull her in. Hey Janet.
Hey Steve, how are you? Hi
Um,
everybody.
so what we're gonna do, we're like I said, we're just gonna talk about. It's gonna be
We're
kind
just
of
gonna shoot the breeze.
more or less. So yeah.
Thanks for understanding me jumping in on that, Steve. I basically want to talk a minute about rudeness. And I know that we definitely approached the subject a little while back, but every once in a while, I have noticed it seems to rear its ugly head, especially in how we address people, let's say personally or maybe out in the street, but sometimes even on public forums, let's say like platforms just like this. Sometimes people are just not mindful of what they say in the comment section of hard working video content creators. And I have to say, that's a personal pet peeve of mine. I'm not even specifically referring to my channel. I see this coming across the board. And
hmm
I'm like, what provokes? I wonder sometimes, Steve, what provokes a person to just sit down and just write any old nonsensical, stupid, rude statement? I ask myself this: why? What's the purpose?
Well, for some reason, even on here, on YouTube. Again, I love my subscribers. I love them. They're very kind to comment on what they have to say, but every once in a great blue moon, I'd say out of 10 times, maybe twice, you'll always get a comment that's a little bit snide or as though they're trying to test me. And, because of YouTube, because there's certain guidelines that we have to follow. And no, it's not that I would ever want to say anything out of line. Um, I do have to go back sometimes in my mind and hit a couple of three edit buttons like, no, Steve, I know you want to say that, but you might want to reword it. So then I go back and try to be cordial and nice about it.
Right.
So, but I do feel at times, not very often, that people just say things just to test you, just to get a rise out of you.
Yes.
And lucky me, I'm not exactly the easiest person to get a rise out of because I'm not easy to offend. So
Right. Right. That's
I
good.
know how to handle I know how to handle people if they want to be a smart aleck. I know exactly just the right thing to say to put them in their place. I hate to I hate to bring up a couple of TV shows, and it's my generation of when I was coming up. Um, Two women, Dixie Carter, Julia Sugarbaker, Felicia Rashad, The Cosby Show. They had a way with words that they could come back at you, put you in their place in a nice way without without cussing, without getting too aggressive, but the words just came out bam. And what it did is it made the person's mouth literally fall open. They didn't know what they did. They didn't have a comeback.
Right.
So I look up. That's two TV characters. I know this is not about TV shows, but that is two TV character moms that I liked a lot. I really did, and to this
Good
day I still do.
examples.
You know,
Mhm.
so
That's cool.
mhm.
That's cool. I just don't understand like the motivation. And thankfully, like you, 99 and 44 to 100% of the time, my folks are just absolutely, absolutely beyond wonderful. But I
Hmm.
will like come across like on different channels, and I feel so badly for example, the video content creator, because some of them I know, and I know how hard they work, and you get the most thoughtless, insensitive, and I'm like, if you dislike a channel, this is my opinion, I could be wrong, but if it were me, if I dislike a channel that much, guess what? I don't watch it.
You don't
I
have
don't
to.
sit
No.
there, right? I'm not going to sit there and
Mm-mm.
slander the person that tried
Mm-mm.
their best.
No.
Keep in mind that that person's video content happens to be that person's personal best. It
Hmm.
may not be everything you want. If you're looking for a specific thing, there are a gazillion channels to look for. For example, somebody wanted me to be more like a vlogger. I told folks at the beginning of my channel, I'm not a vlog channel. I'll talk about saving money, but I'm not a vlog channel. Don't ask me to
Yeah.
be a vlog channel. I'm not a vlog channel. Someone says, well, why don't you go outside and do outside stuff? Well, I live in New York City. And guess what? People are playing radios. I have restaurants all over the place where I live.
Yeah. You do.
I get copyright strikes for that. No,
You
thank you.
can. You can. Hmm.
Copyright claim, not strike, excuse me. I could get a copyright claim for that because the music in the background. I'm working hard so that they could do a copyright claim and I don't get any monetization for my effort. Why? Because somebody feels the need to watch me spinning around in the street. There are gazillion live streamers for New York City. I love the ones that want me to be the New York City guide tour guide. No, that's not what I do. What I do is talk about saving money. If you
Hmm.
want the tour guide, there are a bazillion out there.
Yeah. I mean, even though you're just passing by, minding your own, and somebody glaring a radio, playing a song, that's not even your radio, that you're just walking by. But because that song is being detected, copyright claim. And it's not even your music.
And it's not your fault.
No. So you do make a good point. You definitely have to be careful in which the environment that you're in because of something like that.
I could be
Um,
standing outside. Exactly, Steve. Let's say another example. I could be standing outside of a restaurant, and that restaurant may have passerbys, and those passerbys may not want to be shown on a platform. So again,
well,
problematic things. No, I rather state my money saving tips here in my domain. That's what I do. And if you don't like it, find another
other channel.
channel.
Well, because my channel,
Just saying.
you're right. As because your channel focusing on what it does, saving money, budgeting, the grocery stores and all that. Whereas my channel tends to be more mixed up,
Random.
more panoramic, more eclectic, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
I would be, not that I would do it, but my channel would focus more on the vlog thing because, like I said, I've only been around on YouTube having my own channel a little over a year. So I'm still, even though you see the content and I have found, what's comfortable for me content wise, I'm still experimenting. So if I ever did, and somebody, a matter of fact, a Facebook friend of mine asked me, Steve, you could actually convert to a vlog channel. I said, well, yes. I said, I wouldn't exactly convert fully to a vlog channel. I could blend a little bit of vlog in with what I already do if I want to do it. Um, but I don't know if I would want to do vlogging or not. I mean, not that I don't like the thought of that. That's probably, I'm just taking a wild guess here. I could be wrong. I know when I go look on YouTube just as a regular surfer, just to look and see what's out there, there are a lot of vlog channels there.
Sure.
If given a choice, I would much rather do the podcast route, which is kind of like what we're doing now.
Right.
Um, a vlog, I'm not saying I couldn't. Like I said, I would have to give that
And
some.
congratulations to the gazillion vloggers out there.
Yeah,
That's not me. I just want to be a talking head. I want to give my tips and tricks. I think I do a pretty good job at it.
yeah, hmm,
I have communications as a background. So for me, it's just the thing that I like to do.
yeah,
And I welcome you to stay always. I always welcome the newcomers. I even appreciate the passerbys. I
oh
appreciate
yeah,
anybody who takes a minute to stop by the channel. Don't
hmm,
get me wrong. But please, in my opinion, when people get on with the comments, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you? They got all the answers. Let them be a YouTuber one day and figure it out themselves.
yeah. No, I mean, unless you've been a YouTuber having your own channel, and even those that may even have a channel, you really don't have the right to up and say, well, you should do this, or it would be best if you did that.
I would
And maybe
never
if you
do it.
tried, that's not really their position to say that.
It's actually rude.
I mean, it is.
It's
I
just
mean,
rude.
if they have a channel, they can do it all they want on theirs,
Right.
but they don't really have the right to come up and say that.
Now, if a video content creator gets on and says, I welcome you to suggest what I can do to better improve my channel, and they open up the gate for that, that's that person's choice. I don't open up the gate for that
Hmm.
because I like to do things the way I like to do them. If the
I'm the
person
same.
likes it, they're welcome. If they don't like it, thank you for your time. And there are a gazillion other places you can go.
Well, I feel the same way because here's the thing. A lot of my subscribers that I have, everybody who knows me from starting out with you. And if my subscribers did not like my content, and I've gotten praises already from a few, they like the fact that I mix it up. And I
Yeah.
want and I'm a person that likes variety anyway. I'm not somebody who likes to be stuck right here.
In a
That
box.
would get old, it would get boring, I would lose interest in it. No, 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 no. That's like that would be like me listening to one decade of music for 2 weeks. I can't do it.
Right.
That's not how I work. In a musical sense, I'll just touch on this. I'm a compilation person, which means I used to record cassette tapes, reel-to-reel tapes, CDs, and each and every song was different. It was like a soundtrack. Each song was different because I don't like hearing the same thing. I
No.
like to change, and that's how I work. That, and I'm associating basically in a way that same style into my content. I'm mixing it up because variety, as much as it is really the spice of life. It's just as
It's
simple,
true.
you know.
I also want to throw in something if I can.
All right.
Also about behavior, in my opinion, bad telephone manners for a moment. What do I mean by that? Suppose you speak to someone you really not that much of good friends with at all. You're friendly and you're rather an acquaintance with the person. And out of nowhere, out of left field, comes out an extremely personal type of a question. This has happened to me. And I'm like sitting there like, did you really just ask me that question? And I'll just say, well, thank you for your question, but I don't get into certain situation, blah blah blah. And I try to be as diplomatic as I can. But I get off the phone and I sit there going, did that person really ask me that question? In a
Mhm.
1,000 years, I couldn't be so rude and to do such a thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then again, my age is showing. I was born in a different era where good manners were taught, better manners were taught.
Oh no, me too. I mean, I come from an era. Well, I don't. Well, there's not really that drastic of a difference
No, your
era-wise.
generation was still part of the good manner generation. I
Oh
taught you.
yeah, well, yeah, because I grew up in a generation Social media wasn't even a thought.
No.
Um, you wanted to talk to somebody. We had this thing called a land line. You pick up the phone and you dial and you put it up to your. And if you wanted to communicate long distance, we had this thing called a letter that you wrote.
That's it.
You didn't have FaceTime, you didn't have video chats and things like you don't have the flexibility. Don't get me wrong, it's a great flexibility because it puts you in touch with the person,
If used
face to face,
properly. Mhm.
if used properly, yeah. Because well, that's another story because you can
It sure is.
it can get dangerous. It can be a good
Yes, it
thing, it
can.
can be a dangerous thing. So you got to watch,
Yes, yes.
and you don't know who you're talking to, so be careful.
No.
Um, and my pastime as much I'm going to come back to music for a minute. My era, MTV, the real MTV, not this reality
Yes.
you have now. American Bandstand was still on. Dick Clark, My Soul Train.
That's it.
Now, Casey Kasem, not American Top 40, although that was good too. He had a little show that would come on in the afternoons. I don't remember exactly what it was called. And he would go over like the top 10 songs of that week. It was a pretty good
I
show.
remember it.
Yep. And then on Friday nights, you had this thing called Friday Night Videos, where you had different TV show celebrities and music artists come on as guests and go over the music, and they would show music videos, kind of like MTV in a way.
Yes.
So I had, plus the TV shows back then, I had a lot of good, exposure. Would I trade my growing up decade for? No, I would not. It was a lot better time. It was a much simpler time, like same for you. But
Yes. More courtesy, more respect.
yeah.
People not wearing the pants all the way down to their ankles.
Mhm. I just funny you mentioned that. One of my Facebook friends, who I also know on a personal level, there's a restaurant that I do like to eat at. There's a few around town, but in the next county up. It says, pull your pants up before entering. Otherwise, no service, no exceptions. And it says it right on the door.
Oh, good, because that's it's actually a health issue too.
Yes, because,
Without getting into it, we're just saying,
well, I will just say this. It's called underwear, but it was not meant to be exposed. It was meant to be worn underneath your clothes, covered. At least that's the way it was back in our time, you know. So, but yeah.
When I was a teacher in Catholic school, let me tell you something, Steve. Heaven forbid a boy had his shirt tucked out of his pants, even a little bit. Fix your shirt tail. Fix your shirt tail. We would say it all day.
Oh
Tuck
well,
your shirt in.
I myself went to Catholic school for a bit too. I mean, I had my shirt tailed, but that's nothing compared to that.
Nothing. I remember teachers complaining if the shirt tail was up like a half an inch.
Like a half an inch, yeah. They would. I know. One time I got caught for wearing a black tie instead of a blue. I don't know how my teacher, well, heaven forbid, I don't know how she noticed it. But dark blue and black, if you're looking, unless you're up close, you can't really tell.
Right.
Somehow she must have had X-ray vision. God bless her. But
Oh, it happens. Sometimes, something gets lost, mom can't find it, or dad, or whatever, things get misplaced. Probably that teacher was more concerned about what her principal was going to say if you walk by your out of matching uniform type thing. This is my
well,
guess. I could be wrong.
well, listen, no, you're not. I mean, look, all of us at some point, sometimes no fault of ours, we are going to be late. It can't be helped. Sometimes
It's real
it's
life. Yes, it happens. Yeah.
so, you know, And I was in pretty good position with, the principal, who, the sister at the time. I was in decently well with her, so I'm pretty sure she. But my homeroom teacher, I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole other story. But yeah, that's so now I wanted to go ahead and talk about something else. I think you said you and I want to discuss.
Yeah, it's a good segue over to food.
So I don't know if anybody's tried these. These are absolutely fabulous. The Noni
Chocolate.
chocolatini biscotti.
Oh, yum.
I grew up. My mother, God rest her soul, she was of Sicilian heritage. My dad got deployed to Sicily, met my mom. He got deployed there twice, or stationed there, I should say. So I know all about biscotti. I've eaten it virtually all my life. It's fabulous with a cup of coffee where you dip it,
So good.
and
Yes.
or you can just eat it as a snack if your teeth can tolerate it. But they're so delicious. And I got these at BJ's. I got a really good deal on it with a coupon. I couldn't pass it by.
Wow.
Plus it being the holidays, I figured, what the heck? So I
Yeah,
did.
really. Those are
And,
so good with a hot cup of coffee.
yeah. I guess if you wanted to, you could also have it with a cup of tea. I never tried it, but I mean, and what I like about it, if you think about it, it has an anise type flavor.
Oh,
But it
nice.
but at the same time, it also reminds me of an amaretto.
Yes. Are there nuts in those, or are those plain with the
No, no,
chocolate?
no. This has got the nut in it. In the
Yum.
biscuit. Yeah,
Gives it that crunchy bite.
right.
Oh my gosh, there's everything good in those. You know, when I went to Atlantic City once, I'll never forget this. They were selling those biscotti like that, individual packages like that. They were like at this time. Now this was a while back, like $1.50 or $2 for one or two of those. It was like very expensive. You got a whole bunch of them for a great price.
Yeah, I got 25 for like 7.49 with the coupon.
What a nice, by the way, what a nice gift. What a
Yeah,
nice gift idea for someone.
yeah, you can get them in your wholesale clubs. If any of
Yeah.
my subscribers, your subscribers, that might be a member, BJ, Sam's, Costco, because I've been a member of all three, and they
Yeah.
have these.
Those are great. I actually did do that as a gift idea one year for someone's birthday. And mine's tomorrow, December 5th. I might go live. Steve, you're more than welcome to join me if I
Okay,
do.
all right.
I might go live. You might actually witness me eating the world's tiniest looking birthday cake you could ever see.
The tiniest birthday cake. Oh, that should be interesting. Okay.
It would just
Actually,
be like to get on and say hello to everybody. And
well, you know what? Since I did my Halloween, my birthday being Halloween for, everybody that knows that, you came aboard. The lead, sure, yeah, go ahead and put me down in your appointment book. I'll come along and, wish you a happy birthday and all
well,
that good
thank you. It
stuff.
wouldn't be for long. Probably come on live for about 15 minutes. Probably somewhere. If this time is acceptable to you too, Steve, we'll talk about it.
Okay,
Somewhere, anywhere between 10:30 and 11:30 for a few
11:30.
minutes.
Okay. Well, what I can do is when you eat your cupcake or whatever ordeal you're going, I I can have a biscotti and
Yes,
maybe a cup of coffee on the side, and I can eat that
yes. And if
while
anybody's
you're eating.
viewing, come bring your stuff and raise a cup of Joe or tea and cheer with
Yeah,
us.
sure.
It's been a
Absolutely.
long while since I've gone live. I think the last time, when did I go live? Was it your birthday? Before that?
Oh no, the last time I know the last time I went live. I haven't gone live since July. It was
No,
in
I think you and I went live. Must have been about 6, 8 weeks ago, maybe. It was a while ago. That's for
it
sure.
was a lot longer than 6 or 8 weeks because
Wow.
the last time I went live was back in July. I even have it. I actually go back and review. I believe it's July 2nd or July 3rd.
That was one time I remember for me going live as well. But then a lot of time showed up. In fact, I had to get up and check on my chicken soup that was cooking. So there was a time after that time for me going live. But anyway, I haven't been live in a long time, so we just
Yeah.
may do that. We'll let you guys know, of course. It'll be fun.
Okay. All right. Well, I pretty much have, said what I had to say, and I'm glad that we, your subscribers, my subscribers, they know us so well. We're like a household name. We're like a Laurel and Hardy or Siskel and Ebert, however you want to look at it, but type thing, or Cagney and Lacey. Oh, I'm showing my age, but yes, I did like that show, back in the day. Another show I used to like to watch, but it's been fun. I'm glad everybody could tune in this afternoon, and like
And
I
come back
said,
tonight to my premiere at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay, all right.
Thanks, Steve.
Glad you mentioned that. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And all right, guys, be on the lookout. As you know, I have my Recipe Tuesday segment coming up on Tuesday at 6 a.m. So be on the lookout for that. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And both Janet and I, or myself, we'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.